Great presentation. So, Natalia, please share your research with us. We will be happy to look at it.
Hi all. Today I'm happy to present our joint work with Vladimir Batagel. In this work, we analyze collaboration structure of leading young university. We use co-authorship network analysis for it. This is a bit long story work. I have presented on April conference the idea of this work and the research design and some data statistics. On USN conference in Ljubljana, I have presented the preliminary results. And today, I hope I present complete results. I hope because it still has not published work yet, but now I am actively working on text of the paper. And I should mention that this is a finalized work, but not finalized topic. I think we will discuss it at the end. So let's start. There are crucial question about development of research university. Which factors influence academic performance? Which characteristics of successful universities? On slides, you may see headlines of articles from Nature journals. Look on these headlines, we may conclude that there are some common characteristics of leading university, or maybe there are some recipe of success. And when we look on research paper more precisely, yes, we may say there are some factors which influence academic success. First of all, the external environment of university definitely influence university activity at all, and research activity in particular. Some country characteristics, federal government program, or some institutional program or support, it's important factors to move on or to reduce academic activity in university. Another group of factors is organization factor. In this group, there are all factors which university implement by themselves. For example, internal university research program or internal stimulus of academic development, or some particular characteristics of rector and vice rector, also here in this group. Another big group, I mentioned it separately. This is a factor which coincide with scientific collaboration. Positive influence of scientific collaboration on university excellence may be explained from two sides. First is technical sides. The more work, the more authors work has, the more probability that this work will be cited. And the second, it's a theoretical explanation. Research, scientific collaboration is a way to development human capital and way to reduce the cost of scientific activity. And another group of factors is another group of studies devoted the the influence of network characteristics on research productivity and research performance. This is a big group which covers all dimensions. I mean, internal structure of university and institutional characteristics, or also country characteristics. And this is a big group which actively development, and I also mentioned here because we in our work use co-authorship network. And here I should mention that in our work, I have said many times successful university or leading university or and some another positive characteristics. In our work, as in many others works, scientific success is measured via publication and its quality. Of course, it's a quite limited assumption, but it's easy to measure it and easy to visualize it. So let's look more precisely in previous funding, what is the role of scientific collaboration in university performance. In our previous work, we observed, and in many others' work, was found positive correlation between international collaboration and research performance on individual levels and also on institutional levels. A long-term collaboration positively affect university development, and it's have greater impact in university development than short-term collaboration. Another finding that the collaboration with industry also positive affect publication output and position of university, not only separate scientists, also positively affect on organization, on university or research organization publication output. That looks so good, yeah, but there are two questions. If there is some strong findings about scientific collaboration, are all succeed university have all these characteristics? And another big question, what about the structure of collaboration? Does it matter or does not? In our work, we addressed two questions. First is, do leading young universities have the same collaboration structure? And the second, what parameters are similar and what are different? And for this, to answer this question, we apply co-authorship network analysis. Data which we used. We use the following procedure of sample formation. First, we take 15% of university in the top of world university rankings. We look at different rankings and took only those universities who mentioned at least in three of rankings. We use several rankings because each ranking has their own procedure of measuring university, and some ranks, for example, Nature Index, biased towards particular discipline or particular profiles. On the first step, we take only young universities that were established after 1917. We concentrate on young universities for two reasons. First, first reason, it's because young university in a lesser degree depend on in their activity in lesser degree depend on unobservable factors such as reputation. And the second reason, it's more technical, because we offer the approach to analyze university structure. It's easy to provide this, to realize this approach on sample of young university, because they have not so big publication output that than all the leading university, and it's a bit easy to interpret the results. And in the third stage of data of sample formation, we delete merged university from the sample because it's in fact not young. For example, Sorbonne University, if I remember correctly, it was merged in 2014, and for this reason, it's this university in the young rankings. So after this procedure, we receive only 8 universities which satisfy all 3 criteria. For this university, we upload bibliometric data from Scopus for 2017-2019. This is time before COVID and before other macro shocks. And to describe our sample, we also use open data from THE rankings. This data I present you a bit later in the table with universities. So here's the first table about the sample. You may see the name of the universities and the country of this university. We see that the most part of university are from Southeast Asia. This is Singapore, Hong Kong, and South Korea universities. And also our sample includes 2 universities from Europe, Maastricht University and Pompeu Fabra, and 1 university from Australia. Here we also may see that in our sample, mostly technical or technological or polytechnic university. And in the last column, we see that the publication output of our sample differs a lot. NTU University is the leader, and Pompeu Fabra University is at the end of this list. And here is more data about our sample here, and before and further, I highlighted in red the highest value, and in blue the lowest value. What we see from this table, we see that the number of students per staff also different in this university. For example, in UTS, University from Australia, on average, one lecturer or one scientist has 43.40 students, but despite this, this lecture, maybe not this lecture, published more than 13,000 of papers. But who is published it should be studied additionally, of course. And we also see that the share of international students differ a lot in our sample. Maastricht University has the highest value, and it's can be explained by geography position of this university. This is university from Netherlands, but it's stay very close to border with Germany and Belgium and Luxembourg. So maybe this is the reason of so high share of international students. And in the last column, you may see the place of this university in THE ranks. It just for looking. I in previous slide said that how we use this data. Now I would like to say some words about research process, about procedure which we apply to analyze collaboration structure of universities. First of all, we saw preparing and cleaning data. Despite on the fact that Scopus bibliometric data Scopus data have authors ID and organization ID, it's still contains duplicates and some other mistakes. And we create a program in R to clean the data and to remove the duplicates. And then from this cleaning data in Pike, we create and analyze two more authorship networks, works and others. I show you it in next slides. And then we apply normalization to these networks and extract and tabulating p-score of high performances others. And also we adding data about others affiliation and analyze geography position of others from p-score. Here listed some network characteristics. I do not list it all now. You may see it in our table results. I just pay your attention that we have three types of network. First, it's a non-normalized work other network. Second, it's a non-normalized other network. We use the second one to look at collaboration patterns of university on other levels. From this network, it's easy to interpret the results. And the last network, subnetwork, which we analyze more precisely, this is a subnetwork of p-score, which we extracted from normalized work and other network. So we first normalized two-mode network and then multiply this network and receive normalized others network, and then from this network extract the p-score of the most collaborated others and analyze this score. I show you. Here some backgrounds about the procedure which we use. I do not explain it in detail because it's a quite known procedure, and I know that Vladimir Batagel already presented it on seminars and on conference and summer schools and so on. And I just remember you that we use two-mode network. Two-mode, it means that we have two modes of nodes. In our case, it's works or papers. The second mode is an author, and in the middle, in our case, it's a publication, how Connect works and others. We also use network multiplication to observe others network, and we use two types of normalization, standard and strict normalization. And I also should say what is the PSCO. PSCO is the net, is a subnet of level T. We use this level by themselves. I say later how we choose this level. So in this subnet, all others connected at level T or higher. Okay, let's look on the results. Here you may see characteristics of full two-mode network work others, and what's interesting from this table. It's interesting that we see that one university, Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, here is a big outlier. It's differ a lot in collaboration characteristics from other university. For example, we may observe that average works per author in our sample is 2 and 3. So on average, in each university, one author has 2 and 3 works, but in KHUST, this value is 10 times higher. And it's also the same very strange value we see in average authors per works and maximum authors of work and other. Here we may see also that KAIST University has maximum works of an author, and UPF University, it's Pompeu Fabro University, the last column, has the lowest characteristics. And here we may see another characteristics of collaboration network. Here we analyze how big the largest component and which is the proportion of largest component and the proportion of core. And we see that Maastricht University has the highest proportion, but in fact, if we will look on the value, the third rows, proportion of the largest components, the value from one university to another, it's not differ a lot. Only KHUST University again has the lowest value because he's I should say it, looking ahead that this university has very large number of multi-authors papers. So for these reasons, this university demonstrates very strange collaboration characteristics. Okay, we also may see from these results that NTU University, I remember you that NTU University are through the leaders in publication output. And in this university, there is a highest number of related nodes. But a bit later, we look more precisely on structure. It's just descriptive characteristics. So we see that the co-authorship network of the university have a bit high density. Here we see characteristics of other networks. We see that NTU University has the largest number of components, the largest number of connected groups, and I highlighted Maastricht University because it's very interesting characteristics. They have the highest number of nodes, but the number of linked nodes is typical as in other universities. So it's a very connected network. And here we may also see average degree in this university. And again, Fuchs University is an outlier. And because this average characteristic is very sensitive to distribution function, next we decided to look at the distribution function of university. Here you may see all the per paper distributions for each university. And this clearly seen quite strange situation in Fuchs University. There are many works with authors more than 500. So it's a very interesting research strategy of this university, and now we may see it. Also, we see that KAIST University have some artificial on the tail, but this value is less than in KUST University. And what we may see also from this figure, we may see that the function drops on level about 10 others. So the most paper have less than 10 others. And here we look at the same parameters from vice versa from another side. Here we see distribution authors per paper, and now you see paper per authors. Here we also mention the 90% quartile of distribution, and you may see that in many analyzed university, to say precise, 7 from 8, 90% quartiles is approximately the same. So this is for example, for into 90% of other have less than 5 works. For KAIST this is 7, for UTS 5, and for other university in our samples 5, 5, 4, 6, and only Fuchs University has this value 149. So here we again see that the most of university from our sample have comparable collaboration characteristics, and one university is differ a lot. And next we look more precisely, we look in detail the core of the most connected, the most productive authors. Here, for this purpose, we extract from normalized network, extract the core. We choose two criteria for extraction this core. First criteria, we look at distribution function of peer score in each universities, and then when we see that there is a drop of the values, we cut on this value. And another criteria, we would like to make the subnet of university comparable. And for this purpose, we extract the size of the core approximately the same the same value, just about 100 nodes. So we look at about 100 nodes and then look at distribution function with the value. And here you, on the first column, you may see the value of T level. We see that NTU University has the highest value of connections between nodes and with the level 4.33, 107 nodes connected with value 4.33 and higher in these nodes, or sorry, in this P-score. And here we see that Hequost has the lowest value, and we calculate the number of connected components in the core. And who again has the highest value, and Postech has the lowest. And to look at the structure of the core, we analyze the size of cluster, and we see that for many universities it's typical to have small clusters which contains 2 or 3 nodes, and in some universities, for example Postech, there are big clusters which contain 6 and more nodes. And here I also describe characteristics of property of nodes which are included in the core. We add information about affiliation of authors in the core, and we picked it by color region of from which the scientist is, and we picked it by star, rhombs, or circle, the location of authors. From, for example, if it's author at the same university as we analyze, we put it as a star. If there was from the same country, we put it in rhombs, and is another country circle. And so now you may see the results of for Concord Polytech universities. It's conditionally mentioned type 1 because we look at structure. I show you it's very fast, but now I say in detail. We look on this subnetwork for 8 universities, and we see that there are universities which in which PS-core consists of one big group and a small number of small groups. And in this case, we put it in type 1, but it's a conditional type. So here you may see a big cluster of well-connected nodes in the center, and we see that many nodes have yellow color. It's this is the second, sorry. It's also yellow color because both this university are from East and Southeast Asia, and it's obvious that they have many authors from this region. But in if a Polytech University has the small number of authors from another region, Positive University has more authors from North America and from let me see, from South Asia and from Europe. So here you see the structure of Polytech University, and here Pasteur University from South Asia. It's also type 1. And now we observe peer score of Maastricht University, and we name it type 2 because this core consists of average consists of many group with average size, and there are many group with 2 authors. And Maastricht University is from Europe, so there are many nodes which has Europe code, I mean green color. Pompeu Fabro University also can be mentioned as type 2, but it a bit differ from Maastricht University. It collaborates more with scientists from another region, not only Europe. You may see here red color, pink color, blue color, and also yellow color. And KAIST also type 2. There are several group of average size, and there are many small groups. KAIST University also mostly collaborate inside South Korea. There are a few collaboration with North America and with South Asia. Again, type 2, University Cruz, who was the biggest outlier, but when we look in the sub-network of the most productive authors, it's look quite comparable with other universities. And here we see that this university, in comparison with other university from these times, this university more actively collaborate with North America, with authors from North America. And let's move further. We here see Australian technology, UTS University from Australia. Here also many average size groups and many small groups. This university actively collaborate with other university inside Australia, and there are a few collaboration with North America and with other regions. And here is one university which we put in separate type search, type 3. It's a NTU University. In this university, there is no big clusters in the core. There are many small clusters and some number of clusters with average size. But the most part of the core consists of small clusters, small group. And it's also interesting that this university actively collaborate with the author from abroad the country, and collaborate actively with Europe. So fundings, our fundings. We observe, after analyzing the structure of collaboration, we observe that leading young universities have some common characteristics of collaboration and have some specific features. Common characteristics, this is on average an aligned university have 2 or 3 work per authors, and 6-7 authors per work. And proportion of the largest component in analyzed universities is also comparable. But our analysis allows to reveal more specific characteristics of university. So we observe that Fuchs universities differ a lot, and European universities have two more times authors per work than other analyzed universities. Also, we see that NTU University, especially, and also UTS University have a big number of components, and some South Korea universities have the most linking network. It's based on density of network. And also we see that the structure of peer score are different. And based on the structure of peer score, we may divide it, our university on 3 types. First type is one big group in the core, and a few number of small groups. Second type is the biggest group, and for this group it's typical that there are some groups of average size and small size groups. And type 3, it's typical for one university only, and in this type there are many small groups. And according to geography of authors in the core, we may conclude that analyzed university also may be divided on 3 groups. First groups wide international collaboration dominate. It's 2 university, NTU and UTS. Second group, domestic collaboration dominates. This is Postech, KAIS, and UPF. And the third group, this is a group where region collaboration dominates. This is Fuchs University, Guangdong Polytech, and Maastricht universities. So conclusions. General conclusion, we reveal that there are, when we analyze some common characteristics of collaboration, for example, authors per paper, papers per authors, or the size of the largest component, we may say that analyzed university similar. Only one university different in our sample. But when we look at the core and analyze in detail the structure of the core, we see that university differ a lot, and based on our sample, we see that each successful university has its own collaboration strategy, or take its own niche. For example, Hong Kong universities actively collaborate with Europe University and with North America University. South Korea universities such as Postech or KAIS actively use for collaboration local market. This is other South Korea university, and also Samsung or other industry partners. So this is the main finding, but of course, as I mentioned at the beginning, this is a bit complete work, but not a complete topic. To make some wide conclusion, we need more data, and maybe provide additional analysis about not only the core of university network, but also the full network, and maybe looking briefly about the level of the core. So is the results very sensitive to the subset, to the size of subset, and maybe if we look at not only on 100 nodes but 1000 nodes, the result may be different, and it's also interesting to compare these results with the oldest university and with the university who in the middle or maybe in the rest of the rankings. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate a lot your question, comment, suggestion, or something like this, and maybe more. Thank you.
Natalia, thank you so much. Dear colleagues, let's ask some questions and make some comments for Natalia's work. So probably I can start. Actually, this is not the first time I'm listening to this presentation, but since that last time when I saw it in Ljubljana, it changed a lot. So you have these beautiful structures. I really loved these pictures with the notes with the stars and some dots inside. So I can imagine the time that you spent on these visualizations. So I have several questions, starting from the methodological questions and going to the substantial questions, to discuss the results. So probably it is better to start with the methodological questions. So first question is very simple and very interesting for me, for my own aims, because I'm interested in how you collected the data from Scopus.
It was collected when we have this ability. So I just the most difficult thing, frankly speaking, it's to create the sample. When we create the sample, I just put the name of university in the Scopus search, and then upload on all publication from 2017 to 2019. And so that's it. When we have this ability, it was easy. For now, it's difficult to add data, but not only technical difficult. It's raise methodology difficult. So how to interpret the results. For example, if you add data about the oldest successful university, for example, Harvard, Massachusetts, etc. And we also will have some variation in observed characteristics. And the question, so what? And there are some similar characteristics. There are some different features of university, and the main finding of our works, as I see, that there is no one unique receipt of collaboration strategy. So there is some general characteristic, and university should look on the preferential attachment, look on the niche or the ability, and then choose the best for them. Maybe I should, it's long short question.
You already how to say, get the idea of the substantial questions that are going to come. But talking about Scopus, so I'm still interested which program you used to create networks out of these files of bibliographic descriptions.
Payek. Just
Yeah, but to analyze it in Payek before this, so because I can explain. So when we analyze the data from Web of Science, we have a special program which is called WOS to Payek. So we have all these bibliographic descriptions for our sample, and then we put it into WOS to Payek, and then finally we are very happy we have the files for the analysis in Payek. But in this way, I guess that you was doing it manually, or did you use any instruments if there exists some instrument
we
to do it?
we just have code to read Scopus files. Code right in R. It's an open code you may see on Vlada sites. I may share the link with you. And then we apply this code and read the files, and it was no difficult. We don't use WOS to Payek and another because Scopus has ID. WOS doesn't have ID, but Scopus has. And based on this ID, we just look at the net, look at the basic characteristics, and then I clean some files by my hand because it was very difficult to write additional code for each particular mistake. And then we just clean it and save in Payek format.
Okay, great. Because it was just yesterday we were discussing with Vlado some issues of our joint work, and we were talking that it is really it looks like it is more profitable to work with Scopus data, even though we do not have straight access to it. But for example, now in one of our publications, we had a lot of comments from reviewers about this topic of authors disambiguation problem. And we used Web of Science data, and we didn't have these IDs, and that's why we needed to do something for authors disambiguation. But in sense of Scopus, it is great that they already have IDs. And if there is a way how to collect the data, okay, probably someone can help us to collect this data. But if we collected the data and if there is a code and we know how to transform it into collaboration network, then it is just fine. Very good news.
Yes, but it depends on the size of your sample. For example, if you have many thousands of nodes and it's very difficult to clean it by hand. But maybe if you have some mistakes such as white noise, it's okay.
Yeah, like using statistical approach.
Yeah.
When everything important will anyway be seen in the data, in the results. So dear colleagues, do you have any other questions? We have a question. Oh, I think it is better for you, Natalia, to read it loud and then to answer.
Hello, this guy, I had the first time to clear one unit when I simplified exam case 1 from A and from B and the person from B. How you deal with this? What case you have used in your analysis? Doctor 1 from A and doctor from case from B. Okay. If I understand correctly, the first question, how we create the net? Yes. We have three network, and first we look at we look at the authors. What case you have used in your analysis?
I think this is about if there are joint affiliations. So if the authors are from different universities, then it is collaboration between them. But if both of them are from the same two universities, so I think this is the question about this. How do you deal with such cases?
If both authors from the same universities?
No, so if two authors, both of them are from different universities, like you and me working in HSE and also Tomsk State University. So will it count like collaboration between
Okay. Yeah.
two
Thank you.
universities?
Natasha, got it. We our approach. You mean when we analyze affiliation of peer score? Yes, others. We use only one affiliation from author. Yes, this is our limitation. We use affiliation which mentioned in Scopus profiles of authors. When we go to Scopus, we open the name of authors, and under the name we see the affiliation. This is the main affiliation which author mentioned in his profiles, or maybe Scopus took it from paper, and we use only this information. If author has additional affiliation, we do not consider now it. For now, we took only one affiliation from Scopus profiles. And what about self-corroboration is in several, this is again about how we analyze affiliation. So it's our results about geography. This is a first glimpse, but yes, I agree that if we would like to analyze more precisely collaboration strategy of different authors or the most productive authors, we may look on double, triple affiliation and how this affiliation changed during the time. We use 3 time periods, 3 years, but maybe during these years affiliation of authors also can change. So we just first glimpse of authors affiliations, and because we analyzed universities, and we do not look in detail other strategies. So do you concerned about main work praise and other secondary, sometimes as imitating in manual work to only one offline laboratorium? This is again about affiliation, yes? The third question is, I think I already
Yeah.
said, did you have technical problems or difficult Asian names during the... Yes, it was, yes, this problem was, but it was easy to solve due authors ID. So if there are several authors ID, but one name, we consider it as several different different authors. So in this question, we put on Scopus. If Scopus divided two person on or Scopus noted two person who has the same name, and Scopus noted it as a separate people, we also we also use these people as different people. Did you check for retracted articles that no, we do not check article database. This is the last question. You used only one solution. Maybe I do not understand correct the last question. Checked for restricted article database.
So like if there are some articles that you used for these universities, if they were retracted, did you check it? I think this is the question. Like, did you think about considering all the articles that you collected from Scopus, or you checked that some of them probably can be in the database of retracted articles?
No, we do not check it.
Yeah, we usually also do not check.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And another,
Others are just some, I think,
just
like
explanation.
comments of Violeta.
Thank you, Violeta, for the question.
Natalia, thank you so much. And other other questions are coming. You use data from 2017-2019 in 2022-23. By now, some could be retracted, as it is shown for COVID topic. Yeah, it's probably it's something that can be done before you start the analysis. But usually, we never also did it in our practice. For example, with Vado. Yeah. Okay, dear colleagues, if you have questions, please show your hand or voice or write in the chat. I can also ask a question about the interpretation of your results. So these universities, do they have different scientific areas in which they are working? Because probably, so you have these three types of structures. And can it happen that type 1 is for universities that are like where the spheres of work are very close to each other, so that's why they kind of form a joint community. But for the type 3, for example, there are different topics and there is no way that they will somehow collaborate.
Yeah,
Can it be true?
Yes, very good question. We also thought about it. Of course, there is need additional analysis about research topics of papers. We just look at research profiles of university. So in our case, we observe that type 3 and 2 university is Nanyang technology universities. And type 1, Post-Tech and Gongfong Polytechnic University is also technical or technological university. So from the first glimpse, there is not big difference. We expect that, for example, Maastricht University or Pompeu Fabra University will have different structure because they do not name technological or polytechnical or technical, but for now we do not see the difference basing on profiles of university. But maybe, yes, maybe, for example, technological university have a big group of cosmology or biological or medicine science. And so we just look on the result and why this result. So we need to provide additional analysis.
Yeah, probably they got some grant, for example, where a lot of the majority of the university staff took part in.
Yes, but but it's very interesting why exactly this university, because one university from South Korea, another from Netherlands. It's
Seems like,
one technology, another just classical university, and it's very interesting, yeah. But maybe not.
Okay, thank you. We have a question from Irina. Yeah. Irina, please.
Yes, Natalia, thank you very much for the presentation. I think my question is continuation of Daria's question about interpretation of the results. I have this question about this outlier university from the list of the universities. This is like Hong Kong Science and Technology University, and they have publications with so many multiple co-authors in terms of the cooperation, so it makes this university stand alone, the university from this row of other participants. My question refers to, did you do some maybe case study exploration to somehow explain this position of an outlier in terms of multiple authors. So maybe any hypothesis, any guess, maybe you did some additional like case study research looking why this university has such metrics like boosting in comparison with other participants.
Yes, yeah, thank you, Irina. So about Hooks University, we observe that there are visible part of paper with sounds of others. So what we may say about it? So university actively participate in mega science, mega projects such as collider, such as other high energy or cosmology project. Why this university participate in it? So here may be different reasons. First, for example, this university have people who has this qualification. Or maybe this university actively work on strategy to participate in this mega science project. It's need additional study, so it's a positive characteristics of scientific staff of host, or it's some maybe not so clean strategy. But I prefer to think that this university have appropriate scientists, appropriate skills of scientists to participate in mega collaboration in mega science projects. So
okay, yes, thank you. So this basically, yes, participation in mega projects will result both in number of high number of co-authors and at the same time number of publications. Yes, yes, quite explainable. Thank you.
This is a special strategy, or it's a case. It's so I mean, if there's some умысел или как университет, this is special strategy, or it's just occasionally, so it's difficult to say. Yeah.
Okay, yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, dear colleagues, other questions? I had just one more question about this super productive, not super productive, but the papers which has such a huge amount of authors. So did you really check? So it's not a like mistake. This is
really
true.
look on this paper. Yes, we first of all we also think we also suggest that maybe there is some mistakes, but we look on paper, and yes, exactly, it's paper with 5,000 of authors, and paper it's about cosmology or something something about cosmology or energy. So it's a real paper with and there are another real paper, so it's not
This is a common practice. This is a common practice to include all the authors in such huge projects. Yeah, but it's interesting. Very nice.
Thank you.
So Natalya, if nobody has any questions, so Natalya, we would like to thank you for this very nice and interesting topic. I think
if you have question, I'm happy and I'm ready to answer it by email or by any other channel. So thank you for your question, your
Okay, my son said it's time not to work anymore.